border crisis turning Illinois into a border state. And Chicago is feeling the brunt of the problem, taking it on the chin with taxpayers on the hook for a lot. Nearly 47,000 migrants arriving over the past 2 years. The city now spending more than $460 million on housing and food, education and medical care, other benefits along the way. The government response stirring frustration and resentment among the longtime residents who live here. Brian Yennis tracking that inside the arena here in Chicago with more now. Brian, hello.
Bill, good morning. And of that $460 million spent by Chicago over the past 2 years on the migrant crisis, 2/3 of that money is going towards providing free health care to the more than 46,000 migrants who've arrived here. Some are even receiving $15,000 free rental stipends. This is money critics say that could and perhaps should be going to the 500,000 Chicago residents who are currently living in poverty. Today, the migrant crisis is not as evident in the streets of Chicago. The number of migrants in shelters is down to 5,000, and migrant encampments were cleared out before the start of the DNC by the city. But residents here still remember migrants sleeping in police stations and airports, and they're still bitter about the resources being diverted away, particularly away from minority communities. Listen.
If we're going to be helping others, we also have to make sure the citizens of the city are, in a better position than they were in past years.
They were sleeping in front of the police station, and come on, the police station is like where you go to get protected, and all these people are like just there. And it was always dirty.
It's not just families and stuff. It's a lot of people who just get out of jail. Also, gang members from Venezuela. So I don't agree. We have enough issues here already. And our mayor, our governor, they're not understanding that.
Yeah, and some Democrats here in Chicago say immigration needs to be talked about more here at the DNC.
I'd love to hear an apology from Kamala Harris. As borders are, you allowed nearly 8 million people to manipulate our asylum process. I know I'm not going to get that, but I also want to know and hear some recognition of we have to do something that fixes the front door so that everyone isn't relying on the back door to get into this country.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to talk about a hilarious story that really shows you guys how fake a lot of these people are that are supporting Democrats, okay? Because I tried to tell you guys, it may be a video I did last night, maybe a couple days ago. I don't know. All the days are kind of the same for me, okay? Because I literally do the same thing every day. So it's no difference in the days, okay? But I did a video where I was talking about the Never Trumpers, and I can't stand Never Trumpers, okay? They are a special type of traitor. But I recognize why they're doing what they're doing, okay? They want to be a part of the club. They want to go to the parties. They want to be in the limelight, right? They want to participate in the Hollywoodification of the Democrat Party, of politics, right? Because that is what is happening, okay? And they're probably being paid, a lot of them, okay? They're most certainly fake individuals, right? Very fake. I mean, the whole Democrat Party is built off of fakeness. And I gotta tell you guys, this story right here really drives home the point that I'm talking about, okay? Because there was a sheriff by the name of Javier Salazar, who is a sheriff out of Texas from the county of Bexar. And he gave a speech at the DNC gaslighting the American people on Kamala Harris and the border crisis, right? Pretending as if Kamala actually cares about the border at all, which she doesn't, okay? Pretending that she's somebody that is going to fight to close the border, okay? That she's going to have good immigration policy. Not going to happen, right? Not going to happen. But this is what he said at the DNC speech. Take a look.
When Donald Trump comes down to Texas, stands next to officers in uniforms just like mine, he's not there to help us. Don't think that. Not for a second. He is a self-serving man. I mean, look, just like when he killed the border bill, he just made our jobs harder. Now, Kamala, on the other hand, has been fighting border crime for years. She's gone down to Mexico and worked to stop the traffickers. And when the traffickers didn't stop, she put them in jail. Now, Down in my neck of the woods, we call that fooling around and finding out. I may be paraphrasing a bit. We protect them. Now, the border sheriffs that I know, right, and we're like Kamala. We protect and serve. We enforce the law. We show compassion. And we fight like hell to protect our border. Because as we've always known in Texas, cuando luchamos, ganamos. When we fight, we win.
Yeah, so again, hilarious, right? So funny, okay? I really am. I'm laughing my butt off because when you see this clip I'm about to show you guys, it really does show you how fake these people are, okay? Because this same guy, this same fake ass liberal sheriff from Texas, this same guy that is sitting on stage and lying his butt off about how Kamala's going to protect the border, right? And that Trump is not really trying to protect the border. He didn't really show up or whatever, blah, 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 right? This is the same guy that when Biden made Kamala the border czar, right? This is the same guy that was on MSNBC begging, almost in tears, begging the Biden administration and Kamala Harris to do something about the border because it was out of control, right? The crisis was so bad, he was on national television begging Biden to show up, had to write three letters to Biden to do something.
Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar sent a letter to President Biden asking to meet with him to address the humanitarian crisis at the southern border. He also criticized Texas Governor Greg Abbott's stance on immigration and human smuggling. With us now, Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar. Sheriff, it's a pleasure to see you, sir. Tell us about what you are asking for. What are your needs?
Well, right now, thank you for having me, first off. Right now, what I'm asking for is for the president or a member of his administration that can make decisions to come down and talk to not just me, but at least 12 other Texas sheriffs from major counties in the state of Texas that are dealing with this issue firsthand. So I'd like to see somebody from Washington come down here, get boots on the ground, get eyes on the issue at hand, and then talk to us, a bipartisan group of Texas sheriffs that are really taking a common sense approach because we have to on this.
So when you say you're taking a common sense approach and that you're not having federal assistance, what is that approach that you're taking and what is it that you need?
Well, we'd like to come up with something that makes sense. At present, and I hate to have to say this, at present, we've got a governor that's using this as a campaign stunt. I mean, I hate to say that, but it's a whole lot of money being poured into the border just for the point of just for the stance of making a point to America, right? They're putting these people into state prisons, creating a backlog in the jail system that affects Texas sheriffs, but also like busing these folks to Washington, D.C. and then dropping them at the figurative doorstep of the president. You're just doing that to make a point, and you're wasting resources in the process. Why don't you talk to some law enforcement officers that are handling this, and let us see if we can together come up with a basic, no-nonsense approach to this situation that needs to be handled. You can't tell me that the immigration situation in this country is working just fine.
So, Sheriff, you've written 3, I understand, letters to the White House. Here's your opportunity to speak directly to the president and to the folks at the White House. Cameras are yours. What are you going to tell the president?
Mr. President, we need your help. With all due respect, the perception here, what I've seen in talking to other law enforcement leaders in my precious state of Texas, is the perception is that there's been a complete absence from Washington, D.C. Now, I know that you've got a whole world to protect and serve. However, here down in Texas, we need your help. We need you here to talk to us and see if we can be part of the solution. Right now, what we're doing is we're allowing the state government to control that narrative, and maybe they're trying their best. I don't know. But at this point, the results that we're seeing are just not satisfactory. Clearly, we're dealing with over 50 people dead. That means the approach isn't working. And so we need the president's help to come down here and talk to Texas law enforcement, and let's see if we can't figure something out.
Wow. it's almost as if these people don't realize that the internet exists, right? That there are receipts out there. Again, this is a man that has sold his soul, right? You sold your soul. That's what's happening here. You know damn well that Biden and Kamala do not care about the border, that their policies were terrible. This dude admitted it on national television. He was begging for help, had to write Biden a letter 3 times. 3 times. Got ignored every single time. Biden said nothing. Crickets, no response. But yet this guy with a straight face goes to the DNC, looks into the camera and tells America that, yeah, you need to vote for Kamala Harris because she's going to help secure the border, right? She's for strong borders and tough immigration policy. It's ridiculous. It really is. A lot of these people are paid, man. You're paid. You're a paid actor. You're not a serious person. You're just going up there saying what you've been told to say, the talking points, the script that the DNC gave you, because what you're saying doesn't make sense. It doesn't match reality. It's the same exact thing I was saying about Ana Navarro. This woman really said with a straight face on national television, yeah, I'm voting for Kamala Harris because I fled the country of Nicaragua. I fled communism. So you're going to vote for a communist here in the United States of America? Because that's what Kamala Harris is. That's what Tim Walz says. They're communists. And again, that's not like you're an Obama type. So like, no, I'm not like trying to use the term as a smear. Like I'm using it in a way that's actually accurate. These people are communists. When they come out here, they talk about Medicare for all, banning all private insurance, aka the government takes over completely the means of production, right? From the private sector in the healthcare market, right? That is communism, okay? That's what it is. And that is what Kamala Harris supports. But yet Ana Navarro is voting for Kamala Harris for the most illogical reason possible. Like it doesn't make sense. And they're saying this stuff out loud. And for that reason, they have no shame, right? They have no shame. They're lacking self-awareness, or again, they're just paid, right? They're just paid. You sold your soul, Sheriff. You sold your soul, Ana Navarro. Okay? That's what you've done. You're out here supporting these Democrats, and you know damn well their policies are insane. You know firsthand. This guy sees the border every day. You're dealing with it, brother. You admit it. On MSNBC, it was terrible. They were doing a terrible job. So for you to go on national television and say with a straight face to tell people to use your status as a sheriff, your position as a Texas sheriff dealing with the border crisis, to lie to them, to lie to their face, you should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of yourself. Maybe you should think about resigning, right? I'm so serious, bro. I'm so serious. You lack the integrity to do that job, because the way you just lied to the American people, you're in the same territory as Tim Walz, right? You'll just lie about anything, right? I understand you're a Democrat, you're a partisan, right? You just want to support Democrats. Maybe you wish Democrats would be tough on the border. Okay, I understand that. Don't speak, okay? Don't speak at the DNC. Don't go on national television with a straight face and tell America that the Kamala Harris administration is going to do something that you know damn well, you know firsthand, she didn't do when she had the power to do something about it, when you were begging her to do something about it. It really is fascinating stuff. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.